And if you could do anything over, what would you do over?
Or nothing.
If I could do anything over. Honestly, if I could do anything over, that fight in New York.
With Melo?
Yeah, me and Melo got into that fight in New York with Nate and I don't even know dude's name no more.
Hey, shit got ripped.
Nah, for real, that's crazy.
Right.
But I feel like because at that time, me and Melo was one of the highest two scoring duos in the league.
What league y'all? What team y'all was playing?
Denver.
Denver. Yeah,
we was in the Western. So Melo was averaging like 35 or something like that. He was going to higher scoring. He didn't make the playoffs.
What was the beef over?
Oh, Isaiah Thomas. He just got mad because we was running the score up, and he ain't like George Cross, so they had a whole intertwined beef, and we as players got caught up into some bullshit that we had nothing to do with.
Right.
So, but that's just the way this shit go. Because like I said, me and Melo was one of the highest scoring duos in the league at the time. So for me, that's perfect timing for me. Contract year's about to come up. We talking longevity. All right, we paying duos up.
Right.
Like that plays a major part. We trade for AI. I go to the bench. Like shit play out different.
Right.
But I don't look back at it.
No regret.
A regret. It's just like if I could take something away, then I would take that away because for one, that shit cost me a shit ton of money.
Word.
On immediately, but just my whole image went down after that. Like people just started looking at me like, oh, he's a real thug, or that. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that time.
You know what I mean? Sticking up for your teammate. You know what I'm saying? When it's nowadays, it's cool for stick up for your teammate, but then it's like, oh, okay, you doing too much, or this and the third is like, all right, bet.
Yeah, that's crazy. One of the things that I remember the most about you after career-wise, I mean, not to take nothing away from what you've done, is when you made a comment about spending 30 grand in a strip club instead of helping somebody with a scholarship or doing something to the community. I like to touch base on community outside of athletes and your goals. So how was that important for you to get to that point where you said, you know what, I could do better, and I'm available, so I can do better.
Right. I mean, that's for me, because I've been on a different program, right? I've since walking out of high school, like I was just gifted a fame, money, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But the community supported you anyway.
Right, the community supported me anyway. But for me, it wasn't about the community. It was more. I was so focused on me and what I had going on. It wasn't even. I wasn't.
You think because you were so young and it was all happening so fast?
Yeah, that and it wasn't like it wasn't like we had people. I didn't have people to look up to be like, oh, okay, bet this is how you go about doing the X, Y, and Z. Being a professional, doing it, you know what I mean, a certain type of way. We was in a funky era between throwback jerseys, being rebellious towards the league and shit like that. So it was like. My idols was bad boys in a sense. You know what I'm saying? My idols was AI, Zebo, like those type dudes, like because to me, like I'm not going to sugarcoat what I got to say just to make a buck. So to me, those was always the realest ones. So I always attracted to people who kept it real. Like, we ain't gonna bullshit, you ain't gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and say X, Y, and Z just for a check.
Absolutely. And a product of your environment.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you say missing college was a bad thing? Or like didn't help you mature? Growing into that part of the culture where being rebellious?
I would say yes and no, but it's all dependent on the right situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't have the same experiences when they go to college. Some people just even get even more babied and catered to even more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So honestly, if you're dependent on the situation, I think it'll mold you any kind of way. But for me, I'm glad I did what I did because I got to learn it ASAP. Like I got to do what I wanted to do anyway. Faster, you know what I'm saying? Like my boys went to school. They went to school 3-4 years, played in the league 2-3 years, 3-4 years, and then out the league. Like, bro, I've been in the league this whole time and played another 5-6. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't had to go through no bullshit as some coach talking about, oh, because you ain't make the run around the track in a certain amount of time. Oh, you're not gonna play this or that, or playing some weird games and shit. Like, I ain't got time for that. Like, college coaches, for one, they got too much power. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for me,
You said college coaches?
yeah, for sure, bro. Because they control everything. Like now that these dudes starting to get bread, now it's gonna be a little different. Cause they throwing like you got
They
some
starting
weight
to play
to throw
college
one.
players now,
Right,
right?
that's what I'm
Players trying
saying.
to get bread, right?
The NIL.
Yeah, you got to think like if I'm a quarterback at Alabama and I'm getting $3 million off of some NIL shit, like I got to bring some more say around this shit. Nick Saban, like don't give me no disrespect. You are who you are, but you're not just about to be talking to me and treat me any kind of way now.
Right.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
he's the gatekeeper to get to that.
Right, yeah, like they really look like they the gatekeeper. They treat players like that. I've
can
seen
stop
it
your
happen.
career before it starts,
for
right.
100%. I've been in Louisville and I've seen Patino talk to some of these people crazy. You know what I'm saying? I like, and he's a great coach. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen these people talk to people crazy.
But he got
bro.
in trouble and he navigated his way out of that.
Right back. Yeah, I mean.
But anyway, outside of that, so being that you're now, would you go back to like the big three? Would you still stay active in the sports sense, or how do you feel about your own, being?
For me personally, I wouldn't play in the big three. For
No,
me,
you're good. Shaq said the same thing.
Why?
Just because it's not the same as what I'm accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I'm a 5-on-5 dude. Like I'm full court. Like I hoop like 3-on-3 and all. That's like a workout for me. Like we do that to like stay in shape and stuff like that. So for me, it's just not as appealing as what I'm accustomed to. Other than my last year, 5 years?
5 years?
4 years. I played in the finals. Well, out of 5 years of my last year of my career, it was in the finals. You know what I'm saying?
Some hard shit to say.
Nah, for real. But you know, it's funny.
And
No,
it's
it's
facts.
facts. But it's funny because, and I seen Draymond say this the other day on one of his shows. Like, it's hard to like people's getting after him because it was like hard for him to get up for certain games. Like, well, bro, you 4 and 60 something, and you just came from 5 straight finals. It's hard to get up for a game. You know what I'm saying? Let alone you already getting paid X, Y, and Z. Like that shit. It's hard to keep that thirst and whatever. But yeah, man, like that. I love the game and I love to play. But for me, I get more joy out of it just going to the rec and go
running.
Yeah,
That's your own preference.
yeah, pick up. Like because then at that point I could be me. Like I'm not going into the situation where like, listen, man, you shoot corner threes, you play defense. Like, you know what I mean? He get 30, give him the ball. Like, listen, bro, I ain't here for that no more. I'm 37 years old, bro. If I want to hoop, I would go hoop.
So this the rumor that everybody in the NBA burns
Bud?
Bud. Is it true or is it not
I
true?
mean, I'm sure not everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything else. Everybody don't do it because some people, it's just not good for some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, like, alcohol just not good for them. You know what I mean? Some people just can't do either one. You know what I mean? So, but a lot of us do for sure. Because a lot of us come from that community. You know what I'm saying? People don't realize, like, when you sit there and say, oh, a lot of the NBA players smoke. Yeah, a lot of us black too. Like, a lot of us, like, we come from, you know what I mean? That's our culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that don't make us wrong or indifferent, but that's just what we do.
Right.
You know
It
what I'm
doesn't
saying?
affect the game, so.
Right. In the bubble, which is crazy to me because they saying, oh, the numbers were so amazing, this, that, and the third. All right, cool, but y'all was letting everybody smoke.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because y'all made it so crazy for us when we was like, during my career, like it was the worst thing ever.
Oh, if you would have been caught with Bud.
Yeah, I got suspended 5 games for that shit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like,
As far as a moral perception or just being professional? Like smoking weed and just being like, oh, you foul.
I failed drug tests.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was in a program for a while and I was failing drug tests. Like I wasn't like, bro, people don't realize like when you got talent, first of all, like for me, it's hard for me because I understand the God given ability that I got.
From where you're from.
From where not only from where I'm from,
Period.
but just in my being. Like I'm a supreme. Like, I'm very gifted. Like I hate to say it, but I can go out here and play damn near scratch golf, go play ball and go bowl and damn near roll 300 and then do. Like I'm very gifted at this.